Hey everybody, Double P here and welcome back. In today's video, live training, what we're going to be doing is going over how to short a stock with a news catalyst and a pretty big news catalyst. So in this position right here, let's just get this out of the way. APOP, which is Select Biotechnology, they had a major news catalyst this morning. And their news catalyst was to do with being able to do some transplanting and whatnot. Let me pull up the actual news catalyst here for you. Let's go to the live news. So the news catalyst was basically Select Biotechnology shares are trading higher after the company announced that APOP graft bone marrow transplantation of the first patient in the U.S. So that's a pretty big news catalyst. And bone marrow, if you guys know anything about bone marrow, that's like, we're going deep into past bone, inside of the bone, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to really get into it, but that's a major feat. And it's been successful. So that was a pretty good news catalyst for the stock to take off. And it did take off. So let's go back over here and have a look at it. Oh, let me just get everything out of the way here because I did tell you I'm a man of 100% total transparency. This is live trading in real time. I've already finished trading a long time ago, back in the morning. You see the time now. Let's see, it's September the 3rd, and it's 2:25 p.m. That's Eastern Standard Time. Obviously, I got to blur out my account because I don't want to violate my terms and services of my brokerage. So you'll just know that I have a margin account. I have quite a few different accounts, but we're not going to get into that. It's neither here nor there. For those of you that say, well, why does it say partially delayed data? I've gone over this if you've been watching my videos. Partially delayed data, which means, let me come over here. Stock is in real time. Equity options is in real time. Futures and futures options is delayed by 20 minutes. So I'll click on each one. So I have real time data for Amex, NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchanges, all real time. Let me click that out. Equity options, real time. Futures and futures options. I don't understand futures. I don't trade futures. So I don't need the futures feed to be live in real time data because I don't understand futures. I've gone over this multiple times. So that's why you see it's delayed. I don't choose to have the feature on there. And then you have Forex is in real time and other is in real time. So everything's all in real time, fully connected. You can see that, right? You can see that right there. Fully connected in real time. All right. So So that's that. So how do we short a position when this stock, at the time of me shorting it, when it had its news catalyst, it was up over almost 40%, like 35%. How do you literally short a stock like that? Well, as you know, we do options trading and we do stock trading. So today I decided to pick a stock rather than doing options. First of all, with APOP, there's no options, so I can't buy any options on it, right? So that's the first thing. Second thing we look at is, okay, well, let's come over here and let's go through our run of what we do every day. Let's go on a 3-month. Let's go on a 3-month chart. So as you can see on a 3-month chart, it was a low of $3.01 way back this year. Probably around mid-June or wherever that date was, right? And then you see here lots of consolidation, right? So just consolidated, boom, boom, boom. The squeeze fired here late August, right? You can see it right there. And also on the MAC, the convergence was right here. So when the squeeze fired on the monthly, you can see I'm looking at taking a position, right? But I want to go down here and I want to look at, so that was a 3-month. So I want to come down here. I want to look at the 30-day 1-hour chart. What does a 30-day 1 hour chart tell me? Well, it tells me a completely different story, right? So if you're looking at the 30-day 1 hour chart, you'll see right here the squeeze fired and it went long, right, in this particular time period. Am I looking to go long at this particular time period? Well, I'm looking at what's going on with the MACD at the same time, right? So it went long up here, fired, then all of a sudden it fizzled out, right? And it turned negative on the histogram. And this is the convergence with the MACD. That's the leader and that's the lagger, right? So you see here the sharp turn and then the downturn is pointing, right? That's on the 30-day 1 hour chart, right? So let's drop down. Let's see what's happening on the 5-day. So I'll drop down to the 5-day 1 hour chart because I want to see just how deep the slope of the curve is on the MAC, right? And it's pretty deep. And then you see the histogram right there. You see how large the histogram is, and you see the negativity on the squeeze when it's firing down. It's like a triangle, or not a triangle. I don't know what you call that shape, like a half triangle, blah, blah, right? And you see it right here on the volume and the action, right? These are all keys to show you that, okay, well, look at the volume. The volume spiked here, 4 million shares, 11 million shares, 8 million, 5 million, 5 million, 2 million, and now 1 million, right? So things are slipping, the volume is decreasing, and the volatility is dropping. So let's go on the hour chart for today, and you see exactly what's happening. So I know that it's time for me to take a position, and today was the time for me to take a position when it was up quite a bit, right? So let's look at this right here. Let's look at the opening bell. Let's look at the opening bell right here. Let's look at what happened. In pre-market, this thing exploded. So let me move this over a little bit here. So let's drop down on a 15-minute chart so that you can see. In pre-market, this thing just took off on pre-market, hit a high of 985 in pre-market, right? And then you can see from there, it slowly just crashed, fizzled, and burned. Perfect opportunity to take a short position. And as you can see here, I mapped out my levels, right? I mapped out my price levels. I don't map out my price levels in pre-market because I see what was going on in pre-market. When the bell rings and that big flush happens, because you see the flush happening right here with these last 3 candles, you know there's going to be a massive flush to the downside, right? But at the same time, you don't want to get caught in this volatility, right? I wanted to wait and I wanted to start mapping out my levels. You see my price levels right here. I'm mapping out my price levels to be able to have my entry points and be able to take my profit and my stop loss. So in this particular instance, what I basically did is I mapped everything out. So let's drop down to the 5-minute candles. Excuse me there. So let's drop down to the 5-minute candle because you can see if I drop down to the 1-minute candle, and I trade on the 1-minute candle, but if I drop down to the 1-minute candle, you'll see here it's just a complete bunch of noise. It's like this is how you get trapped. This is how most traders, and let me just move this up a little bit more so that you can see it. This is where most traders get trapped. They get trapped in this up and down spikes, right, on the 1-minute chart. This is why I want to wait for all that flush out from 9:30 up to around 10 o'clock, wait for that big flush out to really know how much further it's going to drop. And as you can see here on the 1-minute chart, it's just dropping, right? So I don't want to trade in this mess because look at this range. On just this one candle right here, look at this range. This range was 65 cents. I mean, that could, if you got like a whole bunch of shares, that could really do some damage to your account if you're in the wrong position. So, it opened up at 859, went to 877, and a low of 812. That's a big discrepancy, and you can get caught in that volatility. And if you're on the wrong side of the trade, that's not the way to be. So that's why I wait on the 5-minute chart and map out my price and resistance levels, support and resistance levels, and wait for my short period, right? So as you can see here, let me just show you. Let me just show you on my mobile, because I was trading on my mobile. This is when I started taking my short positions, right? You see I mapped out here. Let me just blow this up a little bit bigger so that you can actually see it. So you'll see here, 767 was a level I mapped out. 748 was a level that I mapped out, right? 735, 721, 709, and 691. You can see the time frame right down here of when I took my positions. So let me show you when I actually took my position, because you're going to see my order fill. You're going to see exactly what happened. Right? So my order fill was to go short with 5,000 shares at $7.50 a share. That was 11 a.m. To buy back now, that short position, 5,000 shares at 7:11, right, at 12:22. So this was basically an hour and 25-minute trade for me, right? So let's put that down there so that you see that. So you'll see. Let me show you my order. Let me show you my order fill again. It's order fill 750, right? So basically, on this candle right here, that's when I entered into my position. And you see this is my first profit taken position. And if I got down here, that was my second profit taken position. This is my stop loss. It's 765, not 767. I just mapped out 767 there, but my actual limit for stop out was 765. Now I could have put 760, like 760 there, but I said that was the absolute limit. But I knew the stock wasn't going up; it was only going down, because you can tell by the pattern. The ski slope pattern of what was going on, it was just going down, down, down. It was like an elevator, just open up, you're tumbling down a bunch of stairs, right? But I just know that these are all my profit points to start taking profit, right? And then you'll see exactly where I took profit. So let's go back over to my order fill. You'll see I took my profit at 7:11, right? So roughly 7:11. So let's get out of these charts right here, and you'll see 7:11, and let's go over to the time. It was at 12:25, so roughly around there in a 5-minute candle. So that is when I exited my position right there, right? So you'll see that very nice drop from here to here. That's all you need. All you need is an hour trade to be able to take a position, look at the candles, watch the flow, look at the price action, trade on a 5-minute chart, and just drop it down. Now, if you're wondering, well, how much did you make? Well, let me show you how much I made here. So on the day, I finished off in an hour and a half trade, $1,950, right? Plus 28.53%. That's not bad for trading for 1 hour to make your money, to get in and get out. This is on an intraday momentum scalp to the downside. And you might be wondering, well, how did you manage to scalp a position like that when the stock actually was roughly around 35-40%? So it was a strong stock. It was moving, right? But I knew, based on everything that I'm showing you and everything that I've explained to you, why. And if I shrink down here, you see now we're even hitting a low At the time now we're recording this video live, now we're even going lower, 625. So, I mean, this stock could continue to peter off and go even lower. It could probably even hit like 590, 585. And we've still got a lot of time left in a day for it to go. And you see right here, the squeeze is firing again. So it's been firing, but now it's reversing, and now it's hitting here where it's all red. And you see here in the MACD, it's pointing down. So this is going to continue to drop. So what I wanted to show you today is on how to short a stock position with a strong stock that was in the 30 to 40% range, and you see the divergence of what's actually happening with the stock, where you think it's going to go high. A lot of people got trapped today. A lot of traders got trapped today by thinking with that catalyst that this stock was going to move up and down. And you can even see it here, the pattern of the stock goes up, it's down, lower highs, higher lows, and it's just moving up. It's erratic, it's all over the place. But knowing and understanding support and resistance, mapping out your price levels because of what's going on, and looking at your indicators to help guide you in your trades, you'll understand how to turn a negative trade or a trade that everybody thinks is going to be a big trade, take the opposite side of the position, which is shorting a stock, shorting a 30, 35, 40% stock, and at the right time, watching the price action and watching a dip and catching and making almost a $2,000 gain for an hour trade. That's what we do at the Platinum Traders Beta Testers Group. My course has been open for 2 years. I've got hundreds of members in there. Everyone is doing fantastic. We primarily trade options, but we also trade stocks as well, because we figure why only do 50% when we can do 100%. We can trade stocks, we can trade options, we can get the full leverage when we're trading the options, and we can get the volatility with options and stocks when things are all over the place. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Hope you enjoyed the methodology in looking at when you're seeing a stock that's got a major news catalyst, and you see that it's on the upward trajectory, but you know better because you're looking at the setup, and you're looking at what's happening in pre-market and within the flush. You know that even though it's a 30, 35, 40% stock, you know it's gonna come down to here. What was once a 30, 35, 40% stock is now 14%, right? That's basically half. It's dropped half literally since this morning, right? And the day's not over yet. So you know how to take your positions, you know how to wait, you know how to be patient as a trader to be able to move in and take your positions, and looking at the flow of the price action, looking at the formation, the patterns of what's happening. You know where support and resistance are, and you map them out in price levels, and you see what's happening on a 5-minute chart, and in 1 hour chart and a 30-minute chart. You know when to get into your position to be able to take your trade. Now, in this 5-minute chart setup, I actually took the trade. I dropped it down to the 1-minute chart because the 5-minute told me exactly what was going on. So in the 1-minute chart, that's when I went in. That's when I went in for the kill, to be able to hit that spread and take that action all the way down in this area right here. So those are big candles, sell side activity that you want to get into. Knowing from this candle right here, these candle formation for these 20 minutes right here, you know what's going to happen down here. So that being said, if you like this video, like it, smash the like button. Please get subscribed. Please share this video. Please let your other trader friends know that are looking at trading. I'm not here to sell you anything. Like I said, this is a free course. It's not going to be formatted in step A, step B, step C, step D, and all that kind of stuff. I'll be going into the markets live every day, trading live every day, and I'll be showing you the strategies and the techniques that we use inside of the course for my members, and how we trade options and how we trade stocks. And you'll see it. You get to see it for free. You're more than welcome to join our membership. You're more than welcome to join our community. We're on fire. We make a lot of money. So that being said, oh, by the way, here's my full-blown disclaimer here. I trade this on my own time. I'm not licensed. I'm not certified. I'm not a certified stockbroker. I'm not a certified licensed financial advisor. I don't have any of my licenses affiliated with the SEC, so I don't got my Series 37 or my Series 33 or any of those licenses. I'm not a financial planner. I can't give you any tax advice, can't give you any investment advice, can't give you any legal advice, I can't give you any stock advice. I take these trades on my own time with my own money. Trading with stocks and options is very volatile. You got to know what you're doing. You could lose everything. So my recommendation to you is to make sure that you trade in a simulated account with any brokers that can provide you one until you're proven profitable. Then get out there into the real world and start making a whole bunch of money if you are proven profitable. So that being said, my name is Double P. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you in the profit zone. Take care, everybody.